Richard Grubby, Cations, big week for you. Werribee past players, you're looking forward to it?
Oh my word, it's the day. I mean, obviously the grand final's the big day of the year in the GDFNL, but for me this comes second with past players. I just love it, man. I love it.
Beautiful. We associate you with our media team, but in terms of your club connection, not a lot of people know that you were the Werribee Centrals president. And before that, as we can tell from your attire today, you might have played a few games for the club. How'd you get there?
Well, not many good ones, I can tell you that. But actually, I was chairman of the past players for quite a few years too. But I used to watch Werribee Centrals back in about 1976 when we were playing juniors. Then I went to Sunshine in the VFA. Then when I come back, all my mates was at Centrals, so you just go and play at Centrals and not get many kicks, but by geez, we enjoyed ourselves.
Do you remember your first year playing for Centrals?
I do.
When was it and who was the coach?
84. Frankie Howard was coach of the twos. Billy Hudson was coach of the ones. And the first game I played was at Corio, when all the Corio blokes come over the fence and started an all-in brawl, spectators the whole lot. We just come out of playing Fitzroy Rovers, Port Colts, Newport, West Newport, and Corio just thought, hello, here we go again.
Beautiful. Now, you mentioned 1984. We've spoken to a few of the past players because it's a big anniversary, not just the one premiership, but the double. And we found a few photos from the celebrations. If you'd like to open this.
What have you got here?
Let's see what we found.
What have you got here?
Good office work special this morning.
Actually, I've seen this.
So who's in that?
Oh, that looks like Kapalki, the president.
Yep.
I'd say the big ugly looking bloke's probably Marty Toll. And that beautiful looking, good looking bloke in the middle happens to be me, who's a spitting image of my son. My wife looked at it and said, that's Billy. So you want to have a look at that.
Take a look at that. Beautiful. So 1984, I mentioned the year. What comes to mind when we look back at Werribee?
Well, Werribee in those days, Werribee Centrals, was probably the only other club in Werribee. Maybe Hoppers had started, I'm not sure. So all the ex-VFA players all come to Werribee when they finish their career. That's why it was such a good side. Because we had VFA senior and reserves players come down and finish their career with Werribee Centrals. So it was a whole lot different to the WRFL. To be quite honest, I can't offend anybody because that's now defunct, so there's no such thing. But straight away, you realise that the people of Geelong were better people. They were just really, really good people. Accepted us and really good people. Yep. Still to this day.
Yep. The lead up to the grand final, I've learnt this week that it was that era where you guys moved to Galvin Park as well. So you remember the club at the old club and the move to where we now call home?
I think it was earlier than that, mate, later than that. 85, we played at Soldiers still, I think. Yeah, 85 we played at Soldiers. 84 we played at Soldiers. We didn't actually move to Galvin until 86.
Yep.
So yeah, we're in the midst of moving. But no, 85 we were still at Soldiers.
Yep, there we go. Making really good time. What else do you want me to ask you from back then?
How good I was, I suppose.
Okay. Grubby, how good were you?
Not much good.
Okay.
That's why I see when these young blokes run out in the ground, you talk to them after the game. They don't know that just about everyone that runs out in the ground was a better player than I ever was. But that doesn't matter.
This is an honest question. Is there a player that does remind you of yourself in season 2024, not just at Werribee, but around the league? Like someone...
I'd have to say Benny Crombie.
Okay.
Might not be as quick as I was, but he's close. But that's the type of player I used to be.
Yeah.
Although he kicks more goals than I do.
Yeah, okay. And how long did the career go for playing?
Not very long. I done my knee in the 85.
Okay.
And it was basically you can't play. So I thought, what will I do? I became runner, team manager, tribunal advocate for about 23 years, committeeman, vice president, president, chairman of the past players. Pretty much all I do these days is I go down and watch training now and again, and I MC their presentation night, which is fun.
Yep. 40 years or 42 years of watching Werribee yourself, who's been the club's greatest player? You know, some will go back and say GV, Festuca's won 3 Whitleys, and now there's some blokes in the current side that are pretty good. Up to Grubby, Cations, who would you maybe even give a 3-2-1 if you wanted to?
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm going to sit on the fence.
Really?
I'm going to sit on the fence. People know how good Festuca was in the GDFL, but they don't know how good Gary Vaughan was.
Yep.
He was a superstar, Gary. And I'm going to, if I was to give 3, 2 and 1, it's too hard. 3 to Vaughan and Festuca. I can't split them. Heathbuck,
Okay.
Simon Calvert. But I think there's one who didn't play as many games as them, probably usurps them all. The best player I ever saw at Centrals was Brenton Vilsons.
Wow.
Never ever beaten. Played league footy, obviously. I think he finished third in the Whitley medal when he probably should have romped it in. He's the best player I've ever seen at Centrals.
Yeah, he was the rock in the 90s, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he coached in '95 to we got beaten by Coria.
Yeah.
But he was just a superstar. No one could beat him. Even the great players and great ruckmen like Welshie and all that, they couldn't compete with him.
Even a Wyzak, he put him ahead of him.
Yes.
Wow. That's
Yes.
a big...
And Wyzak was a great player.
Yeah.
But as I say, Vilson's played. Well, you got Brownlow votes,
Yeah.
so he was a great player.
Beautiful. I guess this is the last question that I've asked everyone ahead of their past Players' Day. What does the club mean to you?
It's all the way through. The club's meant everything. I don't go down there as much nowadays with the media stuff, but I still, as I said, get over there Thursday nights. But the club becomes part of your life, you know? And that's why past players is so good, because you get to see the Billy Hudsons and Gary Vaughns come back, and Ace Smith and all these blokes. Hopefully Heath's there, Simon Calvert, another champion. I don't know whether Jason Festuca will come. Johnny Law, Mick Foster, the blokes that I play with and grew up with. You know, you see them. Have a couple of beers. You know, I don't sort of drink anymore, but past players I normally manage to sneak one or two in, and it's just great fun. All those blokes, Big Jeff Orr, they all come from all over the state now, and you see them, and you only see them once a year, but you have a bloody good time when you see them.
Beautiful. Well, Grubby, 40 years of service for our league. Thanks for everything you've done.
No worries, mate. I've enjoyed every single second of it.